Welcome to the Oster Home Grooming video. For more than 60 years, Oster has designed and manufactured quality hair care products for both home and professional use. During that time, thousands of people have discovered how easy and convenient it is to use Oster clippers for cutting and trimming hair right in their own home. This video will demonstrate the hair cutting procedures for the classic cut, the fade, the bob, and for keeping beards and mustaches neatly groomed. We'll teach you step by step, simple basic techniques that anyone can learn. You will also learn simple maintenance procedures to keep your Oster clipper running in peak condition. Even if you've never trimmed hair before, with just a little practice, you'll soon be cutting like a pro. First, let's become familiar with the equipment you'll be using. Your Oster hair clipper is easy to hold and fits comfortably in your hand. Some Oster clippers feature an adjustable blade. To adjust the length, simply turn the lever on the side of the clipper. Your Oster clipper set also comes with an assortment of guide combs that make hair cutting safe and easy. Tapered combs are designed for trimming around the ear. To install a guide comb, use the blade guard that's supplied with your Oster clipper set. Slide the guide comb down over the blade. Make sure it's securely fastened. The guide comb allows you to cut the hair at a specific uniform length and guard against cutting the hair too short. Just remember, the smaller the guide comb, the shorter the cut. We suggest you use the largest guide comb until you become more comfortable with hair trimming techniques. Most Oster clipper sets also include shears for trimming hair and bangs, and a barber comb to help you trim and check for overall appearance. For your convenience, you may also want to have some additional items. A towel keeps hair off the neck and clothing. Have a spray bottle handy to dampen the hair before or during trimming. Finally, a brush will help you style the hair. Here are some tips we'd like to pass on to make your hair trimming easier. First, go slow. There's no need to hurry, so cut at a pace that's comfortable for you. Second, cut small sections. Working on one small section at a time gives you more control over the cut. Third, comb and comb again. Combing regularly allows you to check what you've cut and make sure the hair is straight and even. And finally, relax. Cutting hair is easy to learn. It's just like any other activity. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Just be sure to read your Oster instruction sheet for safeguards and tips on using your Oster clipper. Today, Brad needs tapering in the back, a trim around the ears, and blending all around to an even length. Have your equipment ready in a working space with good lighting and plenty of room. Seat the person high enough so you don't have to bend or stoop. For best results, the hair should be clean and damp. Damp hair lies natural and is easier to control. Just use the spray bottle to dampen it slightly. Then, towel away any excess water. Comb the hair in its usual style. Now turn the clipper on and hold it so your wrist is free to maneuver the clipper up and down. Be sure you're using the largest guide comb. Begin at the back of the head. Use what we call an up and away technique. Simply draw the clipper up through the hair using the comb attachment as a guide. As you approach the rounded part of the head, curve the clipper away. This technique produces a longer cut, so the hair has a blended, tapered look. Slowly work your way around to the sides, combing often to check for length. When you reach the ear, simply let the guide comb glide around the curve of the ear. Continue using the same up and away technique for the sides above the ear and the back. When you're finished, it's time to trim the sideburns. Turn the clipper off and remove the guide comb. With the clipper turned upside down, gently trim the sideburns and the edge around the ear. Hold the ear down when needed to keep it out of the way. Tip the head forward and use this same technique to clean up and trim the neckline. Now you're ready to cut the longer hair on top. Starting at the back, comb both the hair you've just trimmed and the untrimmed hair out away from the head. Hold the two lengths with your fingers at a 90-degree angle and use your fingers as a cutting guide. Slowly work your way forward, trimming the top of the head. To achieve a consistent length, it's always important to hold the fingers the same distance from the head. At first, we suggest that you draw the hair out all the way to the end to avoid cutting too short. Trim small sections at a time and comb often to catch any uneven spots. Repeat this technique for the hair on the side, blending it with the length on the top. The final step is to trim the bangs with shears. With the head held up straight and the eyes closed, comb the hair forward and use the shears to trim at the desired length. Remember that wet hair is longer than dry hair, so make the cut a little longer than you actually want. One final snip, and Brad's trim is finished. And here's a look at the final cut. Now that's a good-looking haircut. For older boys and teenagers like Derek, the fade is an especially popular style that's also easy to cut. Because Derek just needs a slight trim, we're using the Oster Clipper without a guide comb for the closest possible cut. Beginning at the back, simply follow the contours of the head. Slowly work toward the sides. Then, let the clipper glide around the curve of the ear. Above the ear, follow the side of the head straight up to the top. Slowly work your way to the back. Use this same technique on the other side. If you want to create a fade look with gradually longer hair, just use larger comb attachments as you work your way toward the top of the head. To cut the top of the head, first use a comb or hair pick to raise the hair from the scalp for easier cutting. Determine the length you want to cut, then trim along a straight line to create an even look. Now you're ready to use an Oster trimmer to clean up the hairline on the neck, sides, and forehead. Just hold it lightly against the skin and pull down. Trim the back of the neck in the same manner. You can also use your Oster trimmer to create a part or lines if desired. And here's the final look for Derek, who can use his Oster trimmer to touch up his hairstyle and keep it looking new. The busy schedules of today's young career professionals and college students like Karen call for a hairstyle that's both easy to cut and easy to maintain. The classic bob fits the bill perfectly. It's an up-to-date cut that never goes out of style. Begin by wetting the hair, then drying it with a towel until it is slightly damp. Comb the hair until it is evenly distributed and falls naturally. You can also, if you wish, cut the hair dry. With the person seated comfortably, bend the head forward to begin at the back. The first cut is important because it will serve as your guide length for the rest of the cut. Just above the shoulders is the preferred length, but the bob can be cut to almost any length, so make sure you know what length is desired. Comb the hair out and make the initial cut. Now use the hair you've just trimmed as a cutting guide for the hair that lies on the neck. Slowly work your way across, combing and checking often for any uneven lengths. To cut the sides, simply tilt the head away from the side you are cutting. Comb out the hair and again use the previously cut hair as a guide for the length. Slowly work your way to the front. Then repeat this procedure on the other side. To cut the bangs, create two parts in the hair that extend from the very top of the head to the temples. This creates a triangular shape. Part the triangle in half. Comb one of the sections forward and trim the hair with shears to the desired length. Now, comb the other section forward and trim to the same length. If the hair is wet, cut it slightly longer than the final desired look. Take time to check for any uneven spots. You may also want to cut the hair longer at the temples to create a softer line that frames the face. Finish up with a hairdryer and brush to add extra body to the hair. Now Karen has just the look she wants, a cut that gives her the versatility to wear her hair in a variety of styles. For light trimming between haircuts and for personal grooming of beards and mustaches, the Oster cordless trimmer is the perfect tool. It's lightweight, cordless, and easy to use. After combing the beard as straight as possible, begin by trimming along the jawline from the ear to the chin. Then trim up the area around the cheek. For mustaches, simply comb the hair down and trim along a straight edge for the finishing touch. Maintenance of your Oster Clipper is simple and easy. After you finish trimming, unplug the clipper and brush away any hair from the blades. Then, simply apply the special oil that comes with your clipper set to one side of the blade. If the blade is not used for an extended period, simply re-oil the blade before using. With proper maintenance, your Oster Clipper is designed to last a lifetime, and that can save you money. With the average haircut now costing around $15, a trip once a month to the barber adds up to $180 a year. By using an Oster Clipper set, a family of 4 can save up to $720 a year. We hope this video has helped you become more comfortable and skilled with your precision Oster haircutting equipment. We encourage you to view this video often and practice the techniques shown here. Once you become comfortable with your Oster Clipper, it will take just a few minutes to give each family member or friend a great-looking haircut with your Oster hair clipper set. And remember, for all your home grooming needs, you can choose from the complete line of Oster haircutting and personal care items. Oster, for more than 60 years, the leader in home grooming and personal care products.